Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Puck and Stuff Podcast, Episode 3, presented by, well, A Man Can Dream.
A Man Can Dream.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. Tristan, we had a fun weekend, didn't we? Watching those games. Ooh.
There's a lot of games to review. I'm excited.
I'm excited. This is going to be fun. I am really excited for this. Tristan, where should we start?
Well, because we'll probably just start with the Flames games first. Before that, let me just say, those NFL playoff matchups, phenomenal.
I think that was probably
Wow.
That was probably the best weekend of football I have ever watched. Out of all those games, every game was just insane. Insanity to watch.
Already best playoffs in years. Yeah. Honestly, it's like glued to the screen the entire time. There's one game that I'm disappointed in, of course, but we'll get into that later. But
we'll get into that later.
Well, I guess two technically. I mean, if you're including the NFL and the NHL games that we're going to be discussing today. But hey, well, I hope everyone's having a great day. We're just chilling, living the dream, talking for an hour. So let's get into this.
I think the first game we'll start with is the Calgary Flames versus the Edmonton Oilers, which they sadly lost 3-5. Tristan, what's your first take?
First take is, wasn't as much urgency, as I'd say, as the other games. Edmonton needed that win. They needed that win.
100%.
Seriously. So I guess we'll see. I mean, they play Vancouver tonight, so maybe that, helps them and their record. But Calgary, I don't think they played a terrible game. I mean, you look at the shots, 47 shots to 30. And this has been a tale of almost every game. Calgary will just outshoot pretty much all their opponents. But it's funny, right? You think that usually would translate to more goals, of course, inherently, winning more games, but it's not always the case. Now, I was saying about this, and it's that I think a lot of these shots aren't danger shots. They're not in the danger zones, or they're not getting rebounds, right? They might be, a lot of these shots might just be kind of maybe little fluffers from the D-line and stuff, which, of course, inherently, right, some of those can, lucky tips and all that, and inherently that works out too. I guess, as well, these shots numbers might be inflated because of power plays. I mean, the Flames only had 2 power plays that game, so you can't really make a case for that game. But it's nice to see the shots. I just don't think I think there was urgency in the Oilers game and not urgency in the Flames game. But it was pretty equal from what even if the score says otherwise. It was a pretty equal game. It's just a lucky, not a lucky goal. I mean, it was a skill. It was a great goal by Leon Draisaitl. And just, you score a goal late in the third period. It's hard to come back from that. As well, I guess with that Draisaitl goal, there's that controversy there that Shillington got interfered with, which I agree that it was an interference. But yeah. You can't do much about it. But yeah, I mean, Calgary bounced back with their next game that we'll talk about against St. Louis there, which is perfect. But I think Calgary definitely just needed more urgency, and I think just needed more from the depth players there. What do you think about that?
I think after kind of watching that game, I could read a few things. Edmonton was really down on that 7-game losing streak, obviously, and they finally played a game where they wanted it more than the other team. And Calgary didn't even have a bad game because Tkachuk and Lucic both scored goals, and it was 2-0 Calgary after the first. And then their players finally started playing, and it was a tie game between both teams, and it was still decently aggressive until the end, but Edmonton just wanted it more, I believe. It wasn't anything about Calgary like not trying as hard, because hell, we outshot them by 10 shots, and it was still a physical game all around. It's just couldn't take that one. But like you said, we came back against St. Louis the next game, so I'm not mad about this game entirely. I am a little bit disappointed to lose to our rivals, the Battle of Alberta, Edmonton, but I'm not completely mad about it. I'm really not. I think we still played a really productive game, and it's just that one you got to kind of bite your lip on. That's all I can really say.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like we were saying, Edmonton needed that game. Bouchard had 2 goals there, so did Draisaitl. Of course, 1 goal was an empty net, so it's like, oh. But hey, they both scored important goals for the team there. I did like Hannifin's play that game. That was one thing that was in the back of my mind. I think he was the best defenseman that match.
He's a very good. He's coming up in the ranks for the Flames defenseman 100%. He's finally taken that step after Giordano left.
100%. I have nothing but good things to say about Hanifin on pretty much every night. I don't think he's got a lot of flaws to his game. And honestly, he's I think when we talk about defensive problems with the Flames, if they ever have them, or when they do, it's usually because of lack of depth. And honestly, it might even just be as well like forwards need to get back too, right, and help out the team with that. So that could even be a big thing.
One thing I could truly say about like the Flames right now, that first line is like the first line forwards, beautiful.
Oh yes.
I don't know why. I don't know how just Kachuk, Lidholm, and Gaudreau do it. Just it looks good. They make that line look so good with the points they put up and just connection, chemistry, beautiful. I love it.
Well, I think as well too. In the post-game interview against the St. Louis game, it was Kachuk and Johnny, and I agree with what Kachuk says. I mean, and because he was praising Gaudreau for how he sees the ice. Same Gaudreau with Kachuk, and I 100% agree with it. Their hockey IQ is phenomenal, and that helps out. Like you just see that like the plays they make, they know where each other are on the ice. And it's just their puck possession has been a lot stronger. Johnny hockey has been really strong on the puck this season.
I think he's getting a bit more confidence right now because if you look at that line and how its production has been lately, it gives him the confidence that I haven't seen in quite a bit from him. And he's a astounding player lately, and I'm very happy that he's turned it around so quick like he did.
Well, being a smaller player, smaller forward too, right? You know, it's the fact that he's definitely stronger on the puck is a great addition to his game. I think is showing, right? This is probably his best season ever. It's up there with the 2019 season. That was a great season.
Again, I'm always just going to knock on wood because this kid might jinx it every single time he says something good. So don't worry, I'm knocking on wood for this one. But Tristan, do you have anything to truly say about the Edmonton game left, or should we jump over to the Blues game?
I'm just going to say this. Just talk about the Oilers there. Evan Bouchard with those shots. I mean, he is going to be a prominent defenseman. He will be a great defenseman in the league. Time coming. I'm calling it right now. It's and nice. He's showing it. I remember his first few games in the challenge, he already looked NHL ready.
That's some good news for Oilers fans.
That's what they need, right? I mean, that's you talk about the defense. Now. I don't think. I don't think it's been a.
Congrats, Oilers. Your defense don't look terrible, and you won against the Flames. I'll give you a good round of applause for you.
How am I trying to say this with their defense? Because it's not like it's absolutely awful. On paper, it's better on paper than it is actual play.
Yeah.
I think they're just overpaying a lot of players for the defensive core that they have. But, of course, the market is oversaturated and inflated right now because of the things like Seth Jones. And hence why I don't want the Flames to go after Jacob Chychrun, because you're going to be overpaying him immensely. Well, but it's great to see some of the young players for Edmonton work out. So hopefully this can help them as well. Because I do want to see Edmonton do good, and the reason why I want to is because if a Battle of Alberta comes up in the playoffs, man, that'll be fun. A lot of talk about. I don't
want them to be too good, though. I still want the Flames to win that series.
But it's about time Canadian teams start actually doing something. It's really annoying. I mean, of course, Montreal made it to the finals last year. That's kind of an exception with an asterisk.
We got the East over there kind of slacking with Toronto and Ottawa. The Jets look better. The Jets look better.
Toronto's doing phenomenal. You got to admit that, of course.
Okay.
I'll
see what happens in playoffs.
Ottawa's a retool. No, I get that. Ottawa's a retool. Of course, Montreal is going to have to rebuild. I mean, I think Price will be gone.
Yeah.
Like I said, Winnipeg, Vancouver is they're settling down now with Boudreau. But heck, they even have a chance to make the playoffs too. So it's the Western Canadian teams that seem to be more prominent. But it definitely is about time. I'm done seeing all these American teams just spoil the fun.
Winning with Canadian players.
Well, that's true. Canadian players, it's just, I mean, it's funny, right? Because Calgary is like literally just a bunch of Swedes. A few Yanks and a bunch of Swedes, really.
And an American. Or two Americans. Two Swedes and Americans. That's what we are.
Two prominent Yankees, for sure.
Oh, 100%. But with that fact, I think we should jump into the ass-kicking that the Flames gave St. Louis Blues right out of the country, because they wanted to leave Canada quick.
Yeah, Falk is going to be biting his words on that one. I mean, if I'm correct, they did win against Vancouver, but St. Louis, this is the way they played against Calgary is not the way I know St. Louis. That was not a St. Louis team that I have watched before. They scored the first goal of the game. They had some energy there when Bozak scored, but once the Flames scored quickly after and then took that 1-goal lead when it was 2-1, they just seemed to quit on him. Binnington, like we were talking about that, Binnington was the only player who was actually playing the entire game. Yeah, he let in 7 goals.
He did get pulled, which was pretty crappy, but it was only 7 goals after. But I still think he had a really productive game overall.
Oh, he made some sufficient saves there. I mean, it easily could have been 9-1.
Yeah.
It seriously could have been 10-1 if you even think about it. There was just shot chances on shot chances. This game was different from... So from these 2 games that we're reviewing, Flames to me dominated both games, but Edmonton matched Calgary. So that's what I think.
I would even say Edmonton kind of exceeded them a little bit by the end.
Because
eventually, the gas kind of kills you. But yeah,
It's just Calgary just played dominant. That would look like the Rangers game we went to when they beat the Rangers 6-0.
Oh, that was worse.
Just everything was.
At least
working.
the Rangers tried at the beginning. This just looked like no effort from the St. Louis.
It's still a 6-goal deficit. That's true, right? I guess it was. Because even when it was 2-1, they looked tired and they didn't really want to try. Yeah. At least with the Rangers, like we were saying, like they kind of just stopped playing after the 4th goal, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just after 2-1. I mean, they left Binnington out to dry. Binnington doesn't deserve that, man. He actually played he played a sufficient game, like I said, even though letting in those 7 goals. But I gotta give him credit. He was like the only player to me on the Blues that actually deserved to not get like bag skated the next day.
He did get 28 saves out of 35 shots.
Well, so not bad at all.
It's not
for 28 saves. Not bad
for a 1 or from a 7-1 game. That's not terrible from him. But he did get pulled.
Yeah,
and then yeah.
Saves aren't bad. I mean, the shots letting in 7. Yeah, that's bad. It's just. You know what? You gotta have a few positives. He had 800 save percentage, but Jacob Markstrom, on the other hand, he only faced 21. He had a 952, which is pretty good. But one thing about it is that they weren't shooting a lot. It took them. Didn't it take them to like the last 7 minutes of the second period to get a shot in that period or something like that? It was some crazy
because
stuff.
about by the end of the first period, they didn't even get 10 shots. They were
just
just under.
But that's dangerous for goaltenders if they're not getting a lot of action. From a span of one shot to another, that's dangerous, right? Because they can get off their game and stuff. So I got to applaud Markstrom for that, sticking in the game and still making some of those saves.
One thing I also got to mention about that game, and I already mentioned about this line just a little bit ago, and it was that Matthew Tkachuk, Johnny Gaudreau, and Elias Lidholm line. Because Tkachuk ended the game with 5 assists. Johnny Gaudreau ended it with one goal and 3 assists for 4 points. And then Elias Lidholm only had the 1 goal, but he's still producing on that line. That is insane.
They're the top.
As a Flames fan, that line makes me happy to show, there's a really productive line that's killing it right now.
They're the top 3 point producers on the team. Mm-hmm. Daryl Sutter acknowledges that. He said in the postgame interview, he was like, he wants more from, and I agree with this, he wants more from the other lines. I do as well. I mean, we saw that in this game, which is great. But I think he means overall in general from the whole season play, right? Because, of course, there are games, like we're playing Columbus next. Columbus is a team that if you get a night where Jonas Korpisalo or Elvis Merzlikins have a good game, you're not going to get a lot of them. You got to have every player getting good quality chances to beat a team like that. And heck, you play St. Louis again after that in their building. It'll be a different game for sure.
What do you think of, how are you feeling about the Columbus game? I really need to figure that out with you.
I feel confident. I think they'll pull it off. I think honestly...
You see a win?
I see a win. I honestly think a lot of their losses did contribute to the COVID factor. Now that COVID factor seems to be out of it, this, I think, can be a turning point for the Flames to start making a win streak again. Of course, there will be a little bit of a few days break because of the All-Star game, so maybe that might change a little bit too. But I think the Flames are kind of going back on track to start winning more games and stuff. I think there's a lot of confidence in the team now. There's that swagger back, especially with this game. My goodness. It seems like whenever Lucic scores, the team just is having a great time. You know?
Oh, beautiful! I love when Lucic just scores. It's a lot better than James Neal.
I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about the power play because we were talking about that beforehand and saying, I was thinking, well, a lot of their shots might even be a bit over exaggerated because it might be on the power play. But it's not really the case. Not with the Edmonton game. With Calgary, with the St. Louis game, they were 2 for 5 on the power play. But it's great, right? Your special teams, unlike the Green Bay Packers, is actually doing something, which is great. Did you like that, eh? Did you like that? Yeah,
Dude, we're not even talking about football, and you're just so excited to talk about these games,
yes,
aren't you?
Yes, I am. I mean,
don't worry, we're almost done. I'm done. We're almost done, buddy. Actually,
St. Louis is 0 for 2 on the power play there. But yeah, no, our special teams is making it. Yeah, I mean, hey, penalty kill worked.
Actually,
it's just that wasn't a Daryl Sutter win. That was a good win, though. Because the Daryl Sutter win's like, you win by two goals. I mean,
and then you hold the lead and play defense the
Yeah.
whole game. Yep. That's how he is. He comes out of the gates, he takes a lead, and then you protect it.
Which I think Sutter. I was thinking about that now. Sutter hockey will be good for playoffs.
Oh, it's going to be
Because you can't always outscore a playoff team. You're gonna have.
You can defend one.
You can out defend one. I mean, what's a good team that does that? I feel like.
That out defends a team for a win.
I feel like Washington did that when they had their cup run. I think they out defended pretty well.
I don't know.
St. Louis, no. So funny enough, we're talking about the Blues when St. Louis.
Oh, St. Louis one? Yeah,
won
100%.
against the Bruins because they had to. They had to.
Yeah, but you realize that defense was deadly, especially when they still have Alex Pietrangelo.
Yeah, Pietrangelo and Parayko.
Oh, it was a great team to win. I was so happy when they won.
Yeah,
and seeing Marchand cry is kind of just a little pat on the back.
It's
Could I say a stat as well?
Yeah, for sure.
So actually, the last time we talked about the Flames, it was our first episode. We mentioned the power play percentage and the penalty kill percentage through the season so far. Yeah. Actually, it has improved.
Let's go.
So the Flames have a 23.85 percentage on the power play, and they have an 83.49 percentage on the penalty.
Yeah, okay.
That is actually a little bit of an improvement.
Good increases. Can you see what we're ranked between the league and stuff?
For which?
for both penalty kill and
rank
kill and power
I might
play.
have to.
Yeah, rank are we top 5? Stuff like that. Because I think it's impressive. I don't think it's
I would
up
say,
there, but I think.
I would say
But
we're
I
at
think
least
it's above
top
average.
10, top 15 on the power play. And how it's looking, we're at least top 5, top 10 for penalty kill.
Yeah, I can see that.
So
Our PK has been pretty consistent.
Yeah. But honestly, with the Flames right now, I'm, again, not mad. That was 2 really
Great win.
Really aggressive games. We destroyed the St. Louis Blues. I wish we destroyed the Edmonton Oilers, but you can't get everything you want in life.
Beggars be choosers.
Yep, beggars be choosers. And, however, I'm really happy with the team, and I can't wait to watch how the rest of these games go, and we will explain those on Friday.
So, yeah, right now, Calgary's record after those 2 games is 19, 12, and 6. So, you're 19 and 18 if you take OT losses and add them to the loss column. So, you're above 500 still, right? And, of course, we still have games in hand, so we
have tons of games in hand.
I'm not
worried.
Not worried at all. I think...
just see how Sutter plays them.
Just play some consistency. I think you do need more from the depth lines. And just help out Markstrom, because some games you can't always do it. That's what I'm worried about, honestly. My biggest fear is you overplay Markstrom, because Sutter does like to ride one goalie. You overplay him, and then you injure him, or you overplay him, right?
Yeah, but
I think Vladar will play next game. And
oh yeah,
I'm glad. I hope to see him. I think Vladar is a solid backup.
Both goalies have been showing their potential 100%. Especially Markstrom being the starter, he's taken that step up obviously, and then our backup's doing great for a backup. Like, I did not expect that.
Yeah,
I don't even remember where we picked him up from.
Boston.
Boston?
Yeah.
Oh yes, it was Boston. But he's shown great. Good job being a backup. Okay, I'll give you that. I don't really have much to say about that.
Because he lost. What game did he? Was he in net for the? It wasn't the Hurricanes game. Was it the Lightning game? Can't remember which game it was.
I can't remember which game it was.
Whatever.
But Tristan and I, or T-Dog and I, are really happy about the team lately, and I hope they keep it this way. But Tristan, we need to talk about them NFL playoffs.
Yes, sir.
Thank God. Okay, so what game? Do you want to start with the very first game that was played this week?
We should just go in order, like how it was, because man, those games were phenomenal.
So we're going to talk about the first game, and it was against the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Tennessee Titans. And as a Bengal fan, Oh my God, I'm so happy. Evan McPherson, you got a leg. Oh my God, thank you for that win. Oh, I can't. Well,
Some great defense was played.
was-
Except, can we talk about how there was an interception? First play,
first play
an interception.
by Ryan Tannehill. First play, he gets an interception, and then his last play of the game, he makes another interception.
I counted 5 interceptions that game. I could be wrong. I think it was 4.
Actually, I'll double
maybe
check
4.
your stats there, buddy.
But yeah, Titans offense imploded. But the Bengals,
It was 3 interceptions by Ryan.
it seemed like 20 interceptions. That was not good offensive. That was not a good offensive performance from the Titans. I think the Bengals really capitalized on that, of course. It was only a field goal. But hey, I mean, Joe Burrow's got confidence too.
One thing I could truly
looking like a veteran out there, honestly.
One thing I could truly take from the Cincinnati Bengals right now is I undermined our defense a little bit because I always thought of us as a little bit underrated, but they kind of proved that game that they can do it, and I'm really proud of them for that. And oh my God, what happened to the offensive line? Joe Burrow took 9 sacks that game. 9. And they still won.
Yeah, it wasn't an offensive game.
No, it's not even that. Joe Burrow still threw for like
that's what I'm saying,
300. He still threw for 350
That's what I'm saying.
yards.
He to me he performed like a veteran. Like he just because you know how some QBs really get in their heads once things like sacks and passes don't make it. And there's always those few little mistakes. He kept a calm composure. It's impressive for.
It's not his first time because in college he
LSU,
brought LSU all the way, and
true.
he's like, I don't want to change that. And his first year in Cincinnati was kind of rough because the team wasn't always there, and then everyone lost their crap when we drafted Jamar Chase. But now that you look at it, it was a good pick.
Oh, it was a great pick.
As much as I'm saying, hey, we need to work on our offensive line on this in the offseason, but dude, that was a great pick.
Great receiver. Like what we're saying, like in their NFL episode, all these teams have great quarterback and wide receiver tandems.
Those duos,
Bengals is just one example, right?
Yeah,
perfect.
But I'm really happy we got out that win against Tennessee. That was like we're known as underdogs right now, so I'll take it as we move on to the AFC Conference Finals. However, let's talk about the NFC. And the next game we're going to talk about is the San Francisco 49ers versus the Green Bay Packers.
No.
The final score was 13-10.
So
and the 49ers moved on.
This wasn't a boring game, but this was the most boring game out of all of these, in my opinion.
Tristan, this is your Packers. I think you need to say
they are absolutely screwed because think of it, you are the second worst team in salary cap issues. If I'm correct, my stats when I was researching the stats, there will be $42 million over the cap, and
well, there goes Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. Bye.
Yep. I don't even think Desarius Smith will even be. He might go in free agency as well.
It looks like Green Bay are going to have some issues in the offseason because Aaron Rodgers has been kind of bugging the front office all year.
So here's the thing. I think everyone knew that was going to be Rodgers' last stint with the Packers, and it felt like kind of like a Disney movie with that, and of course it just crumbled like how life is, Life is no Disney movie. We've learned that.
Have you you remember that documentary on the Bulls called The Last Dance? I just saw a meme saying the last choke. Aaron Rodgers' last choke with the Packers before he either goes to Green Bay or no, he would go. I think he's either going to the Broncos.
He's going to the Broncos.
Dude, there's a lot of talks of the Steelers lately.
Yeah, I guess Big Ben retired, right?
Dude, okay.
I think Broncos, to be honest. I don't. I was also seeing Raiders as well for.
Really?
Yeah.
They still have Derek Carr though. I could see Devontae Adams going to the Raiders.
Yeah, so
but I could see Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers, which is also terrifying as an AFC North rival. Because already looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers, their defense is still dominant.
Well, the Rust Belt do need some W's. They haven't been pretty. They haven't really been.
Najee Harris, the running back for the Steelers, looks great. Had a great rookie season as a running back. No one thought it. Everyone kind of thought it was a stupid idea that they picked him that early. Or picked him at all, to be honest. But honestly, I really wish he doesn't go there.
But it's working out, yeah.
It sounds like Steelers are a good option for him. But about the game.
Yeah, so a 13-10 win for the 49ers. But my biggest concern or biggest topic, I guess, with this game is that the special teams for the Packers, they were even saying this pregame before this game started. The analysts kept saying this is going to be a special teams game. They're going to have a lot to do with it because we kept seeing, and throughout the season, the Packers' special teams was so inconsistent.
Oh, yeah.
And it shows with this game. I mean, if the special teams didn't screw up, didn't have those 2 block plays, as well as
the block punt
the
for
punt
the
and all
touchdown.
that, I think it would have been a 10-point difference. So that literally could have been this Packers season change because of the special teams. But the special teams was not there. They were not game ready. My goodness. And it's been a story the entire season. But it's funny because you'd think, like, with how good the Packers' offense is, they kind of compensate for that. But it is a full, it's like a lot of team sports. You got to have everyone on the same page, and everyone's got to be putting their part. And if certain people aren't putting their part, it just crumbles.
Yeah.
And that's what it shows with the Packers.
100%. And I think this was one of those games that was really a defensive game. It really was.
100% it was, yeah. The defense for the Packers played good. So did the 49ers.
The 49ers
100%.
finally have a healthy defense. And when they have a healthy defense, they're deadly. Like, it's scary to see Nick Bosa and Fred Warner on the same field, and they're healthy. Like, even Green Bay had a really good defense overall. It's just, I don't know. Aaron Rodgers was 20 for 29, 225 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. And he got sacked 5 times. When Jimmy Garoppolo on the other side had 11 by 19, 131 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception, and got sacked 4 times. That was not an offensive game.
That was not at all. I mean,
the Bengals game was more of an offensive game than that.
That's what I was thinking, right? Because the scores show that both these games weren't that offensively inclined. But my goodness, this game almost reminded me of what Super Bowl was it? What year was it with the Rams?
Against the Patriots?
Against the Pats, yeah.
I don't remember. 2017. I can't remember exactly the top of my head which Super Bowl that was, but I do remember it. And yes, it was basically a really boring defensive game.
And it was just, I mean, this game, it wasn't honest. It was the most boring out of all these games, but it wasn't like that boring of a game, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
I feel bad for Packers fans. It's going to be a year, or not year, it's going to be years retool.
It was 2019?
Was it?
Yeah. Oh, because
it feels like forever ago.
Yeah, we're going to get deep into that conversation, huh? No, but honestly, my overall review.
Sorry, did I don't know why I said Rams won by accident. I meant to say Patriots, but I'm just inclining that the fact that, of course, it was literally just a defensive game. Like, there was literally like no scoring. It was a 13-3 win, right? So.
Yeah. But again, my overall review on this game was it was a good defensive game by both teams, but sometimes defensive games can be boring with no offense. And that's what happened here, and it was kind of tough to watch.
You know what?
I won't say much. Aaron Rodgers is moving on.
It'll be cool to see off-season and see how that all plans out. But, on to the next game, Rams versus Bucks. Now, before you say anything, I just want to say something. The fact that the Bucks are out and the Packers are out, think of it. Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers could retire. They could just retire this year. And they're out of the league, which is, like, for me, that doesn't, like, calculate in my mind because it's, like, for how long I've been alive, they've been, like, playing in the league. You know what I mean?
This is, so for the first time in 10 years, there will be a NFC, AFC conference championship without Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers.
10 years.
10 years.
Dominance, man.
Good for those guys, though, for that much years of dominance. Even though Aaron Rodgers only won 1 in 2010, and then Tom Brady won
2011, yeah, but yeah. Was it 20? It was 2011, right?
No, I thought it was 2010.
I can't. It's been so long.
Sorry. Anyways,
a decade. That's why everyone's so mad that the Packers are winning anything. It's been like literally over a decade since they've last won a thing.
He's gonna go win with like the Broncos or something. It's gonna be bad to watch. But anyways, this Rams versus Bucks game was good.
That was a good game.
The last, you can't trust like 30 seconds left on the clock. You
No.
can't. In this league, these last 2 games just prove no matter how much time is left on the clock, you could still lose.
Yep. Yes.
Oh my god, these games were so fun to watch. It was kind of a little bit of a heart attack to watch as well.
Well, you were right. You were saying before in our preview, you were saying don't bet on, or you don't bet on Tom Brady, right? Are you?
No, I said this
Are
was
you,
the one time that I said I would bet on Tom Brady, and he lost. For a
has bad
whole
luck, too.
decade, I betted against him, and the one time I'm like, okay, fine, you win. I lost.
So Las
Seriously?
Vegas doesn't seem like a very smart option for you.
No,
in a few years,
I
eh?
don't think sports betting's a good idea for me.
You
but
make some good. People make some heck of money out of that,
dude,
man.
I was so tempted to pick the Rams on that one though, but I just thought you can't bet against Tom Brady, right?
Yeah, I thought this was gonna be like Brady's last stand, and like get the last bowl and stuff. Rams played a great game. That was just offensive. The first quarter and a bit of the second quarter, dominance offensively by the Rams. Matt Stafford was everything was just working out. Pass receptions were just working out. Runs. Shout out Cooper Kupp. Wow.
No wonder why you almost broke every record for a wide receiver in 1 year. Oh my god.
Wow.
Do you want to hear some stats from this game, though?
Yes, please.
Okay,
man.
so Matt Stafford went, for completions, he was 28 and attempts with 38. He threw for 366 yards with 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. Cooper Kupp got receptions for 183 yards and 1 touchdown.
I thought you said 300 yards.
Oh, no.
Cooper Kupp. I'm like, dude, wow, that's.
We wish. And you know what, though? Respect to
Maybe.
Odell Beckham Jr. Respect a lot because he
OBJ,
proved a
man.
lot of haters wrong, and he also proved to me that it wasn't his fault for the Browns stuff, and it was Baker Mayfield. Good for him to finally kind of jump back in. He ended off with 69 yards. Nice. And then on the other side of the ball, if I can find it.
For the Bucks there, yeah.
Yeah, because now I'm going to go talk about the Bucks. Good for Tom Brady to come back because it was 27 to 3, and the Rams blew that lead.
You know who didn't have a bad game for the Bucks was Fournette. Fournette had a few. You should look at the stats. I remember
he
him.
had
with a few,
13 carries for 51 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Okay, it's not terrible.
Averaging 3.9 yards.
That's not bad. I mean, well, I guess yards in the sense for running back, right? That's not bad at all. I mean, Mike Evans, he had a few catches and all that, but
I could see him being like.
I think
I could
Fournette.
see him coming back as a starting running back.
To me, Fournette was like the most whatever player for the Bucks. But yeah, Tom Brady at the end. Let's talk about that end, like
The ending?
last what was
Well,
it?
Tom
5
Brady-
minutes.
The Rams almost pulled the freaking Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl and scared the crap out of all of us. Like, oh no, Tom Brady's coming back. And then Matt Stafford comes out of absolute nowhere with 2 bombs to Cooper Kupp, gets him range for a field goal and wins it. What an ending by a field goal. Oh, and so far out of these 3 games, all the away teams won.
Yeah.
Out of all of them. And
Literally.
then...
Well, no, but so before we go to the next game, I just want to say another player that caught my eye that game was Nick Scott for the Rams there. He had about two swats. I think he actually had an interception as well. Can you actually see what his stats were?
Nick Scott, 1 sec.
But he's
For the Rams?
If I'm correct, he's a rookie.
For the Rams?
Yes, for the Rams, and he was.
Oh yeah, so
he
Nick
played
Scott.
consistent.
Nick Scott got 1 interception, and I think that's about it. He got the 1 interception.
But there was like 1 or 2 swats, but it was like.
Oh yeah,
it was
I
good,
see
though.
what you mean. Yeah,
Because I mean, there's a lot of lost yards there. Because I mean, it's the fact that Brady didn't get a lot. Like at the start of the game, Brady didn't have a lot of.
Oh, actually, here
receptions.
I found maybe a little.
Or I guess wide receivers didn't receive a lot of the balls there. It's a lot of incompletes and just kind of throw to the open area.
I think the Rams are finally proving when they have a really good like quarterback behind, other than Jared Goff, they can actually be deadly because they just beat Tom Brady.
Honestly, the Rams have, in my opinion, now I think the Rams have the best chance winning the bowl. I mean,
You heard it here first. This is Tristan's first Super Bowl prediction, and he's predicting the Rams make it.
I should probably wait for that video when we'll come out.
I'm not saying anything about Super Bowl. until the end of the AFC.
They look good, though, man.
We might.
They do look good.
I think we should be doing an AFC Conference Championship prediction video soon, which hopefully we do.
I think, yeah, we'll just do one for like both AFC and NFC finals and all that, because those games happen this Sunday, and then Bowl is the week after that Sunday. So
February 13th.
Yeah,
Super Bowl,
so
pretty close. And then
almost there.
So all the away teams won their game so far, right? And then we go to Kansas City versus the Buffalo Bills. Holy moly, what a game.
What a game.
Oh, like, Tristan and I were watching this game from start to finish, and oh my God, both teams with offensive onslaughts. It was a killer game. And
Josh Allen's arm, dude's got cybernetics, man.
Oh, 100%.
Well, speaking of arm, Mahomes' sidearms, just like every time he sidearms, like the commentators always like go off on it. And I also agree it's impressive, but this game, everyone keeps saying on the internet and stuff, like on Twitter and all that this was the game of the year, and I would agree that it's up there, man. It is phenomenal.
Do you want to hear some stats?
Yes,
from our starting
please.
So, honestly, right now, I am seeing Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes as, like, the two next generations of QBs in this league. And Josh Allen...
Well, would you also say Burrow as well, right?
We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Okay.
I need to wait at least another year to see what happens here. However, again, I might be jinxing myself.
I agree with that, yeah.
So, Josh Allen... He had 27 completions, 37 attempts, 329 yards with 4 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes had 33 completions with 44 attempts with 378 yards and 3 touchdowns. That was an offensive game.
Decent. They were like pretty much equal. Not like, pretty much, but like close.
It was back and forth every single play. And then Josh Allen comes clutch with only 40 seconds, runs down the field. Davis gets another touchdown with 13
I was going to say,
left.
For me, like, I was saying that great offense. I think everyone was playing, defense and offense was playing good. I don't even think it was that the defenses were even, like, bad for each team. I think it was just...
I don't know how to feel about that one. Both, okay, by OT, the Bills... You had 13 seconds.
Okay, yeah. Well, I guess you're talking about the overtime.
One guy, just stop them for 13 seconds. I didn't think the Bills' defense was even bad.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I always thought the Chiefs' defense was bad.
Yeah, so there's a lot of touchdowns that were scored this game, but I don't think it was because of this defense not playing their positions correctly. I think it was just that the offense was just that much better than the defense. It's a very
hard discussion, but let's be honest here. The one who really decided the game was the coin toss.
It was the coin. The coin kind of...
Honestly, I think...
I didn't realize... I always forgot that they had different overtime rules from the CFL.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking in my head before, and I remember I was asking you about that. I'm like, okay, it's like the CFL, right? It's someone scores for say, and then they have to like attempt it the next time, and then you said no. I'm like, really?
It's decided by a coin, basically, who wins. And there's been a lot of controversy after that the Chiefs won with it. There was a lot of controversy that rule, that overtime has to be changed. Like, has to be. But, however, I was watching this one video of this guy explaining, what happens if the Bills got the coin toss and they won?
And they won the game.
They won the game. Would anyone actually be talking about that, or is it just because the Chiefs won and everyone's tired?
Besides Chiefs fans
Patrick
and
bettors, wife and brother and all that. Like, is that seriously the reason why, or is there actually?
I think there is actually. I don't hate Mahomes. It's just, I mean, I guess it's external influence, right? That's causing all that controversy. It's just the reason why people don't want the Chiefs to win is because I just want Bills fans deserve. Buffalo fans in general, Buffalo sports fans deserve something. They don't win anything.
They haven't gotten anything.
If they win something, my goodness, man, then, like...
Oh, my God.
That's crazy. I don't know, but...
Bills and Chiefs had to probably be one of the best games of the year.
Yeah, for me, like, the MVPs, of course, were the QBs. I mean, I think Gabriel Davis with the 4 touchdowns was pretty sweet to see.
Good for him. He must have been really happy until then.
That was
yeah.
some dominance.
Good for him.
Guess Stephon Diggs stare down wasn't a good.
He didn't get his
big
revenge
factor.
tour. Damn.
Now, unfortunately,
That would have been nice to see.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I didn't
did get that clutch
care.
2 point.
I didn't like besides the Packers game. I didn't care who'd win these games. Right. I just wanted to watch the football games because they were so good.
I cared. I cared because the
This is
Bengals
why
played.
I love watching a sport like football because I'm not like really dedicated to all of these teams, so it's like I get to usually watch with a neutral bias, and it just makes the game so much more fun to watch. But I wanted the Bills to win, man. I just wanted to see Bills Mafia just break a bunch of tables again. That's like the funniest thing ever, you know?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like my my regards to Bills fans. I'm so sorry that you guys lost to the coin, and hopefully someday they change those rules and actually make it a little bit more fun in OT, other than just one touchdown you win.
This is what will happen. They'll say if they change it, Bills will be in a similar situation. They'll probably like win the coin toss, and then like lose it on 4th down or something like that.
You were calling for an interception in the last minute.
I kept saying
you never did.
An interception, and it never happened. So maybe in the NFC or AFC game.
However, would you want to look at our next matchups for the AFC and the NFC conference quickly?
Battle of California, the Rams and 49ers would be pretty fun.
That game is next Sunday at 4:30 p.m. According to me. And yeah.
And then Bengals and the Chiefs. I almost said Bills. Dude, I just wanted.
Do you want to make quick predictions right now, or do you want to wait?
We can do quick predictions right now.
Okay,
man.
I've been wanting to talk about this for a bit because we got the Rams and the 49ers. I could see the Rams winning it, like 100%, because it's Matt Stafford and an overpowered defense. But however, the 49ers have been kind of doing well. Like, some reason doing well. Their defense just comes in when it needs to.
You were saying because they're all healthy now, it's working. So do you think that as long as they stay healthy, 49ers have a chance no matter what? As long as they keep a healthy team?
I think the chance is small, just like it was against the Packers, but there is a chance that they do win. There is a chance.
I think Rams win this game. I mean, just watching that Bucs game, yeah, they almost imploded at the end there, but it's like Rams are playing some dominant. Like those first 2 quarters were first half was just the Rams.
I think I think this is the game that's going to be more of a defensive game. I think this.
You think so?
Because
I could see I feel like that's how the 49ers win games.
Because if you look over to the AFC,
but as much as I was like saying like how like Nick Scott, for example, like the defense for the Rams was playing good, I think the Rams best skill set is their offense. So I think they need to.
They have improved on their offense a lot.
It's a good thing to say.
That.
49ers win if it's a defensive game. If it's an offensive game, Rams
100%
sweep them. Just this easy 3 touchdowns.
But that's really even hard to say, because if you look at the Rams defense, was still 4 superstar players on that. You got Aaron Donald, you still got Ramsey, you still have Von Bell, and there's a bunch of key pieces that come in clutch when they need to.
I'm not saying that the Rams like defense is gonna be implode or anything like that. I just think that if the 49ers have a way to win, it'll be through defensive game, and I think it'll probably how it'll end up is if it is a defensive game, 49ers have it.
Fair enough.
But I think the Rams do win this game. Score, let's do 32-15, something like that. Yeah, for the Rams. Write that down to remember that.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Damn, I really don't know who I want. Okay, the obvious choice would be the Rams here, but seeing how the 49ers took down the Packers that were dominant all year round.
That's true. You really... man.
I could see this as a low-scoring defensive game of 49ers, I would say 49ers 23.
Okay.
And then I would go Rams 14.
Okay.
Because I think
so
Matt Stafford,
23 for the 49ers?
23 for the 49ers, Rams 14. I see Matt Stafford pick. If he throws picks, then it's over. I'm just saying, because if he throws up to 3 picks, it's over.
Yeah, actually, that's actually a good statement to kind of give out there. I just I don't know. Rams look dominant there. I mean, like you said though, it's just crazy that the first seeds got out like that.
Oh yeah, but however, with such a defensive game in the NFC North or the NFC Championship, we look at the AFC. Bengals and Chiefs, two of the most dominating offenses all season. They already played, and it was almost one of the best games of the year. And Cincinnati came out on top. And they're known as the underdogs. Every fan base right
49ers
now
are underdogs
really
too, though.
True. That's kind of why I think they'll win. But however, this is, again, a little bit biased because I'm a Bengals fan. But holy cow, I have confidence in Joe Burrow. And I think every fan base is kind of looking at him right now and like, please do it for us. We're literally like, can you put us on our back and just please do it?
The Chiefs
I don't need no homes, man.
The Chiefs really are the what the Penguins were a few years ago of the NHL, in the sense that it's like, okay, yeah, you have your successes and stuff, just go away, please. The only people who want Chiefs to win is literally their fans, of course, and bettors, because you bet on the Chiefs, because most likely the Chiefs, I think Chiefs win this game. I think this will also be an offensive game, but I think the Chiefs win.
What do you have score predictions at all? Or?
Score predictions. Did they play this season against each other?
Yeah, they played.
You're right. And you said the Bengals won,
the Bengals won by, I can't remember.
Playoffs and seasons are always different, though. Regular season and playoffs.
So they versed them on, they clinched the AFC North because they won against them, and they won 34-31.
It is hard to win an Arrowhead, though.
True. But the advantage the Cincinnati had in the regular season was they were at home. So, hopefully, again, they did win against the Titans away. And
do you think home has that much of an advantage in football?
It seems
like the crowd really gets into it.
You've heard the crowd at Arrowhead.
It's pretty
nuts.
crazy.
It affects everything.
It is pretty. I love it. I love football fans, man. They are so passionate about it, and it just makes the game 20 times more fun. Like, fans really like it was so hard for me to watch last season's NHL season because there was no fans in the stadium.
Just dead.
The fans make that atmosphere and just make the game 20 times better. Like, if you've gone to an actual professional sports game with fans in it, you know what I mean. It just makes everything so much more lively and so much more entertaining. But yeah,
I've got a bold prediction.
Okay, so
I got a bold freaking score for the for the Bengals.
Before you
game.
go, I'm gonna do.
Yep, go ahead.
35 Chiefs, 31 Bengals.
Damn,
More
you're choosing the Chiefs, eh?
I want to say Bengals, but honestly, I think the Chiefs win.
Choose the two? Am I choosing the underdogs in this situation?
You are choosing the
underdogs.
I'm choosing.
Okay, so
I think Rams Chiefs is going to be now. I just don't care. Rodgers is gone from the Packers most likely, so
he's mad. He's kind of mad.
No,
so I have chosen Cincinnati as for a prediction in almost every round so far, and I don't think that's going to change. I really don't think so. I think seeing what the Bengals did against the Chiefs in the regular season, I know it's playoffs and it's completely different, but Joe Burrow, you have everyone on your back. You got everyone on your side. So
yeah, he's got the swagger going
Chiefs
into this game.
Fans, and I see the Bengals coming out 30-21.
So we have closer scores.
Yep.
Hold on.
I have the underdogs in this situation, and you have like the obvious favorites.
Wait, hold on. We had score predictions. Let me quickly go back to these. Hold on. So I said Bengals win 21-17. They won 19-16. So that's not terribly.
I said 31. I said 30-21.
So
I chose the same.
So mine was close.
I'm choosing the same prediction score from the Titans and Cincinnati. I'm also using them as the Chiefs and Cincinnati game.
Really? Eh?
Yeah, both 30-21 for both.
Packers 49ers. I did say Packers would win, so of course I lost that 27-20. Rams Bucks game. I said 38-21 Bucks. What was the score for that one again? 30-27. Okay.
I was the closest on the Bills and Chiefs game, and I was right about them winning.
36-42. I was 42-39.
42-38.
For the Bills, of course. You said Chiefs. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, I was right about the winner getting 42 points.
I was right, but I was also right about the guy who
You
won.
were right about who wins. So you were what I was. All right, I'm 1 for 3 whatever. I mean, hey, that Bengals Titans
2-2.
I'm excited to watch these two games, man. I think these are going to be fun. I just honestly I love seeing underdog teams just like absolutely nail it. So see if the 49ers win and the Bengals win their games, man. Props to them. That's perfect.
Could I also say one thing about that as you're mentioning it about the 49ers and the Cincinnati Bengals?
Yeah.
If they both win this game, it's going to be the third matchup against both teams in a Super Bowl. The San Francisco 49ers and Cincinnati Bengals have faced each other twice, and San Fran won twice already. This would be the third matchup if they meet again.
That's crazy.
And I want us to win.
Well, of course you want them to win.
Yeah,
it's just great. It's just nice to have some good football going on.
Oh, I love it.
Seriously, like these games were so entertaining. I was glued.
Especially with
time.
everything going on in the world right now. It's nice to just sit down, not think about it, and watch some football with fans cheering, going crazy. I love it.
Honestly.
And tons of support to. Should I say it?
No. So before, I was just gonna say something here. So I had this kind of topic of conversation in the back of my mind a few days ago. And I'm just gonna bring it up now. So we talk about how the Packers got their bye, and they lost. So we think about that, right? The
Titans also got a bye,
and of course,
they lost.
Yeah. So do teams who are first in their division get the bye, not playing that week before? Do you think that kind of affects their performance?
Oh, are you saying is it actually an advantage to get a bye? So
I don't know if it is, and I think we've seen that with any other sport, man.
So I technically see that
even in baseball.
Yeah, true. I technically see it as if you're the first team and you get a bye week, it means you actually are guaranteed a spot in playoffs no matter what. You don't have to play a wild card, and you also have more time to practice and focus on your team and get everything set for whoever you verse, obviously. You get a lot more time to practice. However, if you're a team in the wild card and you're going up against a bye week, you already played. You're ready. You're pumped. You know the feeling already. It's just...
Yeah.
It's really a 50-50 gamble because sometimes a bye week team could absolute crush a team that comes in to verse them. But sometimes it's the other way around. The Packers have proven that over the years because they would come destroy teams that when they get a bye week, and then just one time it didn't go their way.
I guess really all it is at the same time is that both Titans and Packers had flaws in their game. Packers with the special teams. I think Titans with a Tannehill that just likes to throw to the other team for some reason.
I'm so happy he did.
He must be good. He must be good for philanthropy, man. Just giving away everything.
Yep.
And I think that both these teams just did good at exposing it, right?
Yeah.
So I think it was just maybe it was just the flaws that just got to them, right? Maybe it's not even that the bye. I think the bye, right? They might take off some teams, but there's a lot of practice and stuff. A lot of these are professional players, right? They know what's at stake. Like they're still in game mode even if they have a week off because they need to be, right? It's how you stay in the league, right? Is you got to be on your game the entire time.
Oh yeah.
There are very few spots in a professional sport league. You want to be the best you can be, right? So you keep your job.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great games though. I'm excited to see what goes on with these AFC NFC finals. Can't wait. It'll be fun.
It should be another fun weekend of football and another fun week of hockey, and I'm really excited to watch all of it. It should be a really fun.
Did we touch on this? I don't think we did. So let's go back to the Calgary Flames quickly regarding Johnny Gaudreau. There was a stat that came out. He's leading in points throughout the league when playing 5-on-5. So that's without, power plays or penalty.
I thought we did
kills
go
or
through that.
I can't remember if we did or not.
Anyways,
that was just a crazy stat. Gaudreau, man, what a season he's having. He deserves all the recognition right now.
Really proud of my Flames team. Really proud of my Cincinnati team. I cannot complain as a fan about sports right now. Well, if anyone else is out there, let me know. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. That would be great. And go Bengals, go Flames. I can't say
Go
any
Flames,
more than that.
Yeah, well, I guess that's why I'm a Packers fan. Inconsistency just runs through my veins, apparently.
Go Flames, Packers. I'm sorry to hear.
We'll see.
That.
It'll be a fun off season. Next season will be completely different, but hey, retool. Maybe you come back stronger in like 5 years, 6 years.
Yep.
As long as you draft good, development is key.
Development is key.
Everywhere, every sport league is always development, man. You gotta have a good development system. Like the Pittsburgh Penguins have proved that for years.
Oh yeah.
Especially in the NHL specifically, but Yeah. What do we have for time there?
We're like probably over an hour.
Oh, okay. Well, cool.
So, do you want to start wrapping it up?
We can wrap it up if you want. I mean, do you have anything else to add? I mean, I'm just thinking like we did all our stuff that we've wanted to talk about. I'm excited for the like we said, the NFC AFC games and the Flames games that are coming up. The one tomorrow and then Thursday is when they play. So that'll be fun. Yeah, it's just a good week in sports. Can't complain. No. So, hey, we'll probably do news next podcast, huh? There's probably a few things to add on.
There's a few more things that we'll add to the podcast on Friday. Obviously, we'll talk about more stuff in the league. And, yeah, if there's literally anything else you guys want us to kind of chat about and notice anything different, I would totally love a comment and a few questions or anything about it. That would be great help for both Tristan and I. And we love the support that you guys are giving towards this channel. Is nice that you guys actually don't think we're just completely annoying you for an hour. So it's much appreciated from Tristan and I.
Perfect. Well, yeah. Oh, look at that voice crack. My goodness.
You went a whole hour without a voice crack and you do it right there.
No. I've went 3 episodes without a voice crack.
3 episodes without a voice
That's
crack.
That's impressive. Wow. Good for me, eh? Anyways, guys,
funny.
Thank you. Like Brendan was saying, thank you for all the support and stuff. We appreciate it. And hey, like you said, if you have any things you want us to talk about, let us know in the comments section. And yeah, thanks so much, Brendan. Take us away.
Take us away.
Yeah,
well, as Tristan said, thank you guys so much again for everything. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. I can't wait to run back into you guys on Friday for our next episode. Hopefully we'll be dropping a whole bunch of stuff more. And I hope you guys will have a really good night. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.